Back to Easy Research Talks. Uh, Atutudebe Yashimandil after a very, very long holiday. We've been away for a very, very long time. I think it's getting to 2 months now that I appear here. That was because of the summer holiday. I decided to give myself an holiday, and it's been a very wonderful one. But here we are again. I finally make it back. And what we are going to be discussing today as the hello everyone on Instagram, Dr. Mortaz Matar, thank you for joining. Lifestyle with Fika, Dev Emeka, thank you all for joining. So today we have an interesting topic to discuss, and that is, thank you Habibi, and that's going to be 6 ways to influence people. As we all know, this life, our world has become more, is becoming, or I should say has become more social than ever. We live in a very social world, and it has gotten to a stage whereby, hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you. Uh, Thank you, I'm doing good. So we live in a very social world that whatever you know, whatever you study, whatever technical knowledge you have, is kind of becoming second. It's becoming second important thing to have to social skills. All I'm saying is, the best teacher in the world. Thank you. I'm humbled. Ajivik, thank you for joining us. So, social skills, as I was saying, it's more or less the most important skill to have nowadays because even in technical areas like engineering, research have shown that technical knowledge only amount or to 15% of success to people working in engineering field. And 85% of their success is determined by their social skills, their human engineering, how they are able to make connections, how they are able to manage relationships. And that could be with clients, with people you are working with, and even pitching, and all that, gaining contracts. So, and again, personal life or personal development also relies on your social skills. But it's not everybody that can easily make social connections. Every one of us have those people around us that we might think they don't have enough skills like we do. They don't know much like ourselves, but they are able to go through. Perhaps they sell more than we do, probably somebody selling beside you. You have the person that has a shop next to your shop, probably be making doubles of what you are making, or your colleague at work. Whereas, as somebody that have the knowledge of the field, you can have the perception of, oh, how is this person able to get promotion and I cannot? How is this person able to make more sales and I can't make sales? And that could be because of their social skills, because they are able to manage people, to connect with people easily. So I thought this is an important skills that probably we can share one or two things among ourselves. So welcome, I'm welcoming everyone. Thank you all for joining. I can see you, Alhaj Mansour. I've been here. Thank you for joining us after a very long time. I know it's been very long time. So, as I was saying, the very first point that I have to share with you all today, and I'm going to be basing my discussion on one of the book I read during the summer, which is How to Influence People, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The book is written by Dale Carnegie. It's a very old book, but it's been one of the popular book when it comes to human relation. So I encourage any of you, if you ever find time or the opportunity to lay your hand on that book, I think it's a book that everyone should read, Yeah, I love the book too. So I'm going to be sharing some stuff, some tips of how to influence people from the book of Carnegie. So one of the very first points that Carnegie pointed to is, if you want to make friends, if you want to influence people, you want people to like you have to do away with criticizing, condemning, and complaining. You can't make friends if you are the type that criticize, condemn, and complain every different opinion that comes your way, every different idea, every different approach. You can't make friends. So try as much as possible not to criticize people, because the thing is, you can never be empathetic if you are the type that criticize. So being empathetic is seeing things in people's opinion, putting yourself in their shoes, trying to understand why people do what they do, right? You might be in a position where you you probably have opportunities that makes some things. Doctor, where have you been? I'm here finally. Thank you. I've been on holiday. I'm sorry guys for going away for a very, very long time. But finally I'm here. Thank you all for coming. And I apologize for those that have been asking of me. Uh, it's been holiday really, nothing more. So I was saying, criticizing and condemning and criticizing people push people away from you, because people like kindness. So, and the reason why it's like this is because of social media, we live in an echo chamber, all right? Social media algorithm only make us view, read, and see things that are similar to us. So we kind of put ourselves in a very small world whereby we are only exposed to things that are similar to us. We talk to people that have similar ideas to us. And what this does to us is that it makes our mind so small that whenever we see something different or hear something different, we become a little bit, sensitive to it, and we tend to push away anybody that has different opinion. And really, there's no way to develop. There's no way to grow if you are the type that you don't have, you don't have exposure to different ideas and different opinion and different perception. I hope the idea makes sense to us. Like, if you are the type that criticize people because of their differences, because if you come to think of it, there are always many reasons for us to see people. There are always many reasons for us to criticize people if you are focusing on differences, right? There are a lot of differences among us. Even when you look alike, you will see some different color tone in you. So you might say, okay, I don't like black people, but then there are black people that are also not very black. Okay, so are you? That's why we see black people hating black people. If you say, okay, I don't like people that are not within my religion. Sometimes within same religion, people hate each other. They dislike each other. They focus on their differences so much that they can't even collaborate. They can't coexist and all that. Thank you, Lagata. It's been a very, very long time. So, yeah, do away with criticizing people. Understand that people have reasons why they do what they do. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Think of, like, what are you going to do if you are in their shoe? Like, if the same thing in the same circumstances is happening to you, what are you going to do? Are you going to think differently? Are you going to act differently? These are the questions that can help us, to find ways of accommodating differences in people. And the number 2 point is that be a person that give honest opinion, honest and sincere appreciation. You know, uh, the reason why this point is very important is that people learn a lot with positive reinforcement. And I think we have talked about this when we were talking about criticism. And this is when we talk about positive criticism. So if you are the type that you are always focusing on what people, maybe people that are working under you, maybe your colleagues or even your children, if you are the type that always focus on their bad deed and their mistakes, it will be difficult for you to connect with people, right? Try as much as possible to practice, honest and sincere appreciation. Learn to say thank you. Learn to, to appreciate little things from people. And whenever people make mistakes, don't be too quick or don't rush to criticize them. Try as much as possible to see something good in what they have done, and then use the appreciative language to comment. Like, don't say, oh my God, I like this thing, but the moment you say but, you spoil the appreciation. The appreciation does not come across as sincere anymore. That but will cancel whatever you have said earlier. So you can use that appreciative language. I really love what you have done. I really love this thing. And you know what? If you can, when you say and, people will, they tend to believe it and appreciate it, because now you are not, you are not bringing any negative word in there, right? It's all positive. So that's something that I just want to highlight there, that people learn more and they appreciate positive reinforcement. Don't always see negativity. Don't always see mistakes in what people are doing, right? And if you have to, try to use appreciative language. And the number 3 point is that try to arouse an ego want from everyone, because we are all self-motivated people. Everyone do things because they want to do it. Nobody can actually, if you are not a slave and if you are not in a prison, right? People don't like to be commanded and to be controlled. However, you can influence people. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sheikh Hussein, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Ola Nireti Ayinde Adedotun. Oh, that's DPO. Thank you. So people learn more with positive reinforcement. Okay, no, we actually gone ahead of that. What I'm saying is arousing an ego want from people. Make them want to do whatever you want to do, whatever you want them to do. So try as much as possible to always highlight what is good in whatever you want from people. Like, what is the benefit they are getting from it? So I can't tell you guys like, oh, come to my live session, make sure you come to my live session. Rather, I'll probably say something like, hey, I have this live session I do every Friday, and if you join us, you probably have a good time to interact, to socialize and, probably hang out. So that way, the person I'm talking to will also see benefit for themselves in what I'm saying, rather than them coming to my live session just for my own purpose, right? So because everyone is self-motivated, so try as much as possible to use their own interest to encourage them to do whatever you want from them, right? So that way you will not be as controlling and over demanding from them. Yeah, if you are the type that arouse their ego want, see a way to make them see. Don't tell your kid to get up and go and sleep, for example. Tell them why. If they sleep early, they will be able to wake up early and they can play more tomorrow, something like that. Then because they want to play more tomorrow, they will be able to go and sleep on time, stuff like that. Number 4 is, if you want people to like you, you have to be interested in people. People are interested in those that are interested in them, right? So if you are the type that every time you get to a social circle, you are always talking about yourself, you are always about you, you never listen to anyone, people won't like you. So be the type that ask people questions. Ask them sincere questions like, how are they feeling? What are they going through? How's life? Not just the normal, usual pleasantries that we exchange. Be the type that is so interested in people that you listen to people, you ask people questions, because in those questions, you are going to learn a lot. Every one of us go around with so many fascinating stories. Everybody have their own stories. So be a type that ask people questions, ask of their stories. And when they know that you listen to them, they will like you. They want to talk to you, because one thing that's very, very difficult to get these days is a good listener. So if you are the type that render good listening to people, people will automatically love you. You listen to their story, you hear their story. So that's another good way to influence people. Listen, be interested in people's story, right? So number 5, it's my favorite one, smile. Smiling is one of the quickest way to influence people. If you are the type that smile a lot, people will want to talk to you. People will want to have a lot to do with you. And this is something that every salespeople will never disagree with. Like, it's hard to make a sales without being a jovial and happy person. And sometimes it's difficult to put on a smile. But then, this is one of the very few points where you can fake it till you make it. So you can sometimes just force a smile on your face, pretend as if you are smiling. And then when you think about the idea of pretending to smile, suddenly you will actually be smiling, like you are smiling for the sake of for the sake of smiling, right? It's not a sincere smiling, and suddenly you remember, like, wow, I'm smiling just for smiling's sake, like I'm pretending to smile, and then before you know it, you will actually be smiling, because smiling is something that brings positive energy, right? If people are actually angry with you and they are looking to see you to fight with you, and they meet you and see you smiling, even if they are still going to fight with you, it's not going to be as they have intended to, right? So that's another good reason why you should smile, because everybody loves positive energy, right? Everybody like happy people. Everybody wants to be happy, actually, because that's one of the core goal of people. Interest in life. Everyone is going around. We do whatever we do. We work, because we want to be happy. And there's no better way to achieve that happiness than smiling. And it's not every time that we feel like smiling, but you can always force it. You can always fake it, right? And number 5 is that try as much as possible to remember people's name. One of the most important thing to anyone in life is their name. People take their name so important, right? If you are the type that interact with people, you talk to people by calling their name, you have a way to their heart. A research was conducted in the US, whereby somebody had uh, rabbit, and then this person is so busy that he could not fend for food for the rabbit. He couldn't collect grass for them to eat. So he needed small kids in the neighborhood to help him, collect grass for the rabbits. And what he did is that he promised them that if you feed my rabbit, I will name any of the rabbits that you feed after you. That is, if a kid is, for example, Samuel. So Samuel feed the rabbit, then automatically I'm going to name this rabbit Samuel. And what happened is that every blessed day, every kid will struggle, will fight to feed the rabbit. See how you get things, how you get people to do things for you because of just name. So people like their name. I don't see anybody that will ever hate someone because they are bearing the same name with them. You see, one of the way to strike friendship is because you are namesake. People say, oh, this person is my namesake, and automatically you become friends. So if you want to get, if you want people to love you, if you want people to be your friends, pay attention to their name. Try to remember their name. And if they know that, oh my God, you remember my name, they become soft for you. They listen to you, and then they open their hearts for you. And That's the short 6 summary of some of the key points that was explained in Carnegie books of how to influence people. So I'll probably switch my tongue just for a short while. I'm sorry, guys. Today is going to be very short because, of course, it's been very long time. We need to oil some of the wheels, So yeah, the àkórí ọ̀rọ̀ wa lénìí òun ni nípa báwo ni èèyàn ṣe lè influence àwọn èèyàn, báwo ni èèyàn ṣe lè sọ àwọn èèyàn di ọ̀rẹ́, báwo ni èèyàn ṣe lè jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ èèyàn. Ní tí a fẹ́ bára wa sọ lénìí nìyẹn. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ màá tọrọ àforíjì fún pé mo ti lọ tipẹ́, mo ti ń fẹ́ tó bí oṣù méjì nísìn. DPO is saying that yes, because we named it in order to claim it. Exactly, that's a good point. We all have a name because we want to claim the name. Yeah. So if you remember people's name, people will love you. Talk to people and call their names. Yeah. So bí mo ṣe ń sọ lọ, ọ̀rọ̀ tá fẹ́ sọ lénìí òun nípa bí a ṣe lè jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, báwo la ṣe lè sọra wa di ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn èèyàn. Torí pé ayé tá ń lò nísìn, ayé tó ṣe wípé ní ẹ̀kọ́ nípa àti báwọn èèyàn lò àti mékì ọ̀rẹ́ láàrin àwọn èèyàn ó fẹ́ ṣe pàtàkì ju n tó bá wùn kíyàn kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tíyàn fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni àbẹ́kọ́ tíyàn fi ń gbáyé, ẹ̀kọ́ tíyàn ṣe ń báwọn èèyàn lò ó fẹ́ ṣe pàtàkì jùlọ ní ìsìn. Ìdí tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé ní àwọn kan ṣe research kan ní Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n wá ní tí wọ́n bá àbájáde research yẹn ni wípé ní àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní area engineering gan, ní tí wọ́n nídìí láti wà successful ní field wọn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ engineering ò ju 15% lọ. Nípa ìmọ̀ pé báwo la ṣe ń lọ́rin, báwo la ṣe ń po sìmẹ́ǹtì, àwọn ọmọ bẹ́yẹn 15% lásán ni wọ́n nídìí láti wà successful ní ojú ọ̀nà engineering. 85% tó kù, ìmọ̀ nípa báwo la ṣe ń báwọn èèyàn ṣe, ìmọ̀ nípa báwo la ṣe ń débì kan táwọn èèyàn á nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, òun ni 85% tí wọ́n nídìí láti fi wà successful. Ìyẹn ni wípé engineer tó bá wà successful tó lówó lọ́wọ́ níbi engineering, ó ní 85% ẹ̀kọ́ nípa pé báwo ló ṣe lè influence àwọn èèyàn. Ó ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó fẹ́ gbé contract fún, kò ṣe pé wọ́n á gbé contract fún ẹ nítorí pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé o mọṣẹ́ yìí. Ó ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ pé nítorí pé o mọ̀ wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀, o mọ̀ wọ́n bá lò, o mọ̀ wọ́n ìṣesí ẹ̀ àti tiwọn ó bára wọn mu, wọ́n lè torí ẹ̀ gbé contract fún ẹ. Àbí àwọn tó ń bẹ ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ engineer onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ tó mọṣẹ́ dáadáa, àmọ́ ìwọ rèé àwọn tó ń bẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ó ṣáà lè ṣe gbogbo ìwọ ni kò lè po sìmẹ́ǹtì kò tún sọ pé wọ́n ló fẹ́ lọ́rin, ìwọ náà ló tún fẹ́ máa gùnkè, ló fẹ́ máa lọ da sìmẹ́ǹtì sórí ìntẹ́báwùn kẹ́ máa kọ́. Àwọn tó ń bẹ ṣiṣẹ́ tínú wọn ò bá dùn, gbogbo ohun tó bá wùn kó yà gẹ́gẹ́ bí engineer, iṣẹ́ yẹn lè torí ẹ̀ bàjẹ́. So nítorí ìdí eléyìí nǹkan, ìmọ̀ nípa báwo la ṣe lè báwọn èèyàn lò, báwo la ṣe lè jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, ó fẹ́ ṣàgbà ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ tí a kọ́ gangan. Exactly. Alhaji Mansur. Well, I was in Nigeria for more than 3 weeks. So àkọ́kọ́ nípa àwọn tíyàn lè ṣe tíyàn fi lè jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ èèyàn ni pé kíyàn má jẹ́ ẹni tó máa criticize, tó máa condemn, tó dẹ̀ máa complain. Tíyàn bá ń criticize àwọn èèyàn, tíyàn tó jẹ́ pé ẹni tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn èèyàn ló jẹ́, àbí tó jẹ́ pé tó bá ti rí nǹkan kan tó yàtọ̀ sí ìrònú tiẹ̀, àbí ìsọ̀rọ̀ kan tó ṣe wípé o gbà pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí, wàá gbéjà kò wọ́n, wàá bú wọn, wàá bá wọn jà, àwọn èèyàn ò ní nífẹ̀ẹ́. Ìdí tí ó fi máa ń rọ̀yàn lọ́rùn láti sọ̀rọ̀ sáwọn èèyàn àbí láti bú àwọn èèyàn nítorí wípé wọ́n ní ìròrí kan àbí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kan táàrò pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí àbí ìròrí wọn ò jọ tiwa, òun ni pé a jẹ́ nìkan tí ò láàánú lọ́kàn, empathy. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí ó lè láàánú lọ́kàn àfẹni tó bá understand, tó bá gbọ́ ìṣesí àwọn èèyàn yé. Kí ló dé tí ẹni yìí fi ronú báyìí? So tó bá fẹ́ dá dúró lórí pé lágbájádẹ̀ wá sọ báyìí, ó rọrùn láti kórìíra ẹni yẹn torí pé n tó sọ lélẹ́yìí. Bọ́ tó bá gbọ́ pé kí ló dé tó fi sọ, tó ronú jinlẹ̀ lórí pé kí ló dé tẹ́ni yẹn fi sọ báyìí, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ìrònú yìí ló wà lórí ẹni yìí, bóyá nítorí àdúgbò tó ń gbé. By the way, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ ta sọ kí kó tó di pé agbọ́ludé as Yorùbá Alhaji Monsur, are you jealous? Alhaji Monsur ẹ̀ ń jealous mi àbí? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ ta sọ kó tó di pé alọ́lé, òun ni pé social conditioning, a sọ̀rọ̀ social conditioning and social identification. Gbogbo wa òun la wà condition, la wà nínú agolo ẹbí tí wọ́n bí wa sí, ìrònú wa yìí, in tó fọ́ọ̀mù ẹ̀ nítorí wípé àwọn tí wọ́n bí wa mọ́ àtàwọn tí wọ́n bí mọ́ wa ni àwọn ẹbí tá wà, a máa fọ́ọ̀mù ìrònú wa, a máa affect ìrònú wa. Now tó bá rẹ́ nìkan tó ń ronú bákan tó ronú pé nítorí pé ibi tó ti bí ni ronú ẹ̀ fi rí báyẹn, tó bá lè bá ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ wá kàánú ẹ̀ pé kò mọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ni, kò dẹ̀ nídìí pé kájà nítorí ẹ̀. Àbí àdúgbò tá ń gbé ẹni tí kò gbé láàrin àwọn funfun tó wá lóhun ò mọ sàláàdì jẹ, ẹ wá nítorí ẹ̀ sọ pé olùkọ́ ó ṣe máa wá lùkọ́ àtorí pé ìgboro bí tóun ń gbé àmọ́lábàtì làwọn ń jẹ ń bẹ̀. So dandan kọ́ ni pé nítorí ò ti mọ sàláàdì jẹ yẹn ń kọ́ ó ti lùkọ́. Environment máa ń condition yàn. Nígbà tí ó sí ládùúgbò bí tí wọ́n ti ń jẹ pizza, báwo ló ṣe máa wá lùkọ́ torí pé kò mọ pizza jẹ? Àbí? Thank you so much, Olúwa Samson Adébáyọ̀ Olúwagbénga. Thank you for your comment. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta òun làwa ìgbà míì fúnra wa náà máa ń condition ara wa. Ẹlòmíì akọ́dédé sọ pé mi ń jẹ ewédú, mi ń jẹ àlùbọ́sà. So of course but torí ẹ̀yìn ò ní pa àbí kíyàn sọ pé kò gbọ́n torí kúkú mọ àlùbọ́sà jẹ àbí kò mọ ewédú jẹ. So nídìí eléyìí nǹkan ìyẹn gbọ́dọ̀ lè káànú àwọn èèyàn kíyàn bá wọn mọ̀ pé ibi tí wọ́n ń gbé, ẹbí tí wọ́n bí wọn sí, àwùjọ tí wọ́n wà á máa influence ìrònú wọn. Wọ́n jẹ̀bi. So tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn á lè accommodate wọn. So rice ṣọ́ọ̀gẹ̀ ń táwọn ń jẹ ládùúgbò wọn nìyẹn. So Izan kò sí tó fẹ́ dá lójú wọn ju rice ṣọ́ọ̀gẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo bó ṣe lè sọ fún wọn pé rice ojú ẹsẹ̀ títì lẹ́yìn wá ń jẹ, wọ́n á kàn máa wò ẹ́ pé òun mọ tó ń sọ ni. So wàá gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn ni. Ìyẹn máa ń ronú àdúgbò, ìlú, ìṣesí àwọn èèyàn láti gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn. So tó bá jẹ́ ní tó ń kórìíra àwọn èèyàn torí pé wọn ò mọ sàláàdì jẹ àbí wọn ò ṣe nǹkan kan tí wọ́n ń ṣe, wọn ò gba nǹkan kan tí wọ́n gbà, o ò ní lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́, o ò ní èèyàn tí wàá bá ṣe. Àǹtí èèyàn bá dẹ̀ níyàn tí èèyàn bá ṣe, ó ṣòro ní ayé tá a wà yìí nìsín kó rí ibi kankan dé. You are right. We imbibe other culture and heritage to abolish our ways of life and tradition. Thank you so much, Koshera King Ola. That's a very valid comment. Exactly. So we can't condemn people for their culture. We can't condemn people for their way of life. Okay. So because of course we all can live the same way. So you just have to find a way to accommodate people and their differences. Don't condemn. Understand. Mo tún ti padà sẹ́yìn bò, a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ nìkan tó ṣe wípé ní a máa ronú pé ó ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ pé ìdí tó fi ṣe lélẹ́yìí. Tí yẹn ò bá ti lè ronú ẹ̀, ò ní láàánú àwọn èèyàn lọ́kàn. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti láàánú wọn, gbogbo táwọn èèyàn bá ṣe ni wàá fẹ́ máa condemn, ni wàá máa tọ̀bẹ̀bọ̀, ni wàá máa tẹnubọ̀. Ò dẹ̀ ní lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́, ò ní lálàbàṣe. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì òun ni wípé kíyàn jẹ́ nìkan tó ṣe pé a máa fún àwọn èèyàn lóríyìn lórí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bá ṣe ní oríyìn tòótọ́, tí òun ṣe pé ní oríyìn tíyàn dàpọ̀ mọ́ èébú. Táwọn èèyàn bá ti rí pé oyin wọn, ó wá fẹ́ èébú kun, wọn ò ní gba oríyìn yẹn wọlé. So tó bá jẹ́ nìkan tó máa ń fún àwọn èèyàn lóríyìn lórí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bá ṣe, àbọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá sọ, àbí nǹkan kan tí wọ́n bá ṣe, kódà kò ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ correct ń bẹ̀, má lo ohun èébú. Tó o bá fi lè fi ohun èébú gbé àtúnṣe wá, àwọn èèyàn ò ní gbà á. Wọ́n á ka ikún eléèbú. Táwọn èèyàn bá dẹ̀ ti ka ikún ẹni tó ń bú èébú, wọn ò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe, wọn ò ní káìsí. So á ṣòro fún wọn náà láti ní orí padà lára wọn. Ìyẹn ni pé tó o bá fẹ́ tún àwọn èèyàn ṣe, ohun tó o fẹ́ fi tún wọn ṣe yẹn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé èébú dání, kódà kò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ìkanra dání. Tó bá ti gbé dání, àwọn èèyàn ò ní gbà á sí àtúnṣe. Ìyẹn ni wípé so mo wá sọ nígbà tí mo ń ṣàlàyé ẹlẹ́yìnbó, mo wá ń ṣàlàyé wípé ní tí èèyàn bá ń sọ léyìnbó pé ní n tó máa ṣe yìí dáa, ó dáa púpọ̀ gan ni, ṣùgbọ́n tó o bá fi lè fi ṣùgbọ́n yẹn sí, ó dáa púpọ̀ àkọ́kọ́ yẹn jẹ́. So tó o bá fẹ́ tún àwọn èèyàn ṣe wá ní n tó máa ṣe yìí dáa púpọ̀ o, kódà gan ni wàá sọ tó bá fi lè sọ pé ṣùgbọ́n funfun tẹ́ wá fi síbí yìí ọ̀ ní gba àkọ́kọ́ tó sọ yẹn wàá ní kódà gan a tún lè fi funfun síbí ẹni yẹn ò ní mọ̀ pé òun tóun ṣe ni òun náà ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mi ìdẹ̀ wá rò bẹ́ẹ̀ o àtúnṣe ti wọlé. So mo rò pé àlàyé mi yẹn ń yé kíyàn lo kódà gan ó dáa ju pé kíyàn lo ṣùgbọ́n lọ torí pé tí ṣùgbọ́n bá ti wá lẹ́yìn oríyìn àwọn èèyàn ò ní gba oríyìn yẹn wọlé. So Alhaji Masood say we always take condemnation as criticism. Exactly. People are always sensitive to condemn and criticism. So just try to do away with it, especially if you want to make positive impact on them. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta òun ni wípé kíyàn máa jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn rí tíyàn bá fẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bíi pé ní táwọn náà fẹ́. Ó fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn ṣe nǹkan fún ẹ. Jẹ́ kí ẹni tó fẹ́ gba nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kó rí wípé òun gangan ló fẹ́ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe kinní yẹn fún ẹ. Ìwọ kọ́ ló fẹ́ kó ṣe. Torí wípé àwọn èèyàn ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n máa pàṣẹ fáwọn ìjẹ́dẹ̀ ènìyàn nìyẹn. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti jọmọ labí tí ò sí lẹ́wọ̀n tí ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe pé ẹrú ni àdẹ̀gbé ayé ẹrú mọ́ ní ìsìn. So ó ṣòro fún àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n wà nípò ẹni tí wọ́n ń pàṣẹ fún kí wọ́n dẹ̀ gbàṣẹ. Tó o bá fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn ṣe nǹkan fún ẹ kó fẹ́ kán fún ẹ ní nǹkan sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fún wọn nísọ wípé àwọn gangan ni wọ́n ní àǹfààní kíní tó fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn yẹn. Ó fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn tẹ̀lé ẹ jáde ó fẹ́ lọ bìkan wá fẹ́ kẹ́nìkan tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ ó ní sọ pé lágbájáde òdẹ wá sìn mí lọ a ní ṣé mo sì yàn wáyé ni àmọ́ wá òpé ṣé o ti dé Mushin láìpẹ́ yìí ọmọ àti ẹ̀ ti tún Mushin ṣe gan ni o òun náà ni ó ti pẹ́ tí mo ti dé bí ó ṣe nǹkan kan wá lọ wo Mushin rò pé òun fẹ́ lọ wo Mushin á tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ kódà tó bá tún dé á tún dúpẹ́ pé o ṣeun tí ó ti ẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n rí Mushin wò lẹ́nì kò ní mọ̀ pé ìwọ lòun ràn lọ́wọ́. Mo rò pé àlàyé mi yẹn yé. Tíyàn bá fẹ́ gba nǹkan lọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí bíi pé àwọn gangan ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe kinní yẹn fúnra wọn. Tán bá ti ń rí wípé òun pa wọn láṣẹ ni àbó òun sọ ní sọ pé àǹfààní ti ẹnìkan ló wà ń bẹ̀ wọn ò ní ṣe. Ó ṣòro. Thank you so much brother Badmus Ibrahim Ayọ̀délé. So kò di mẹ́ta báyẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin ni wípé ìwọ tó o bá fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìwọ náà gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn. O gbọ́dọ̀ show interest nínú àwọn èèyàn. Tó o bá pàdé èèyàn yálà ẹni tó mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni tó ti rí tipẹ́ àbí ẹni tí ẹ ń ríra lójoojúmọ́ máa wá àwọn àsìkò kan lẹ́kọ̀ọ̀kan béèrè nípa wọn. Kí ni wọ́n ń go through lọ́wọ́? Báwo ni life? Tó bá jẹ́ ni tó máa ń béèrè tó dẹ̀ máa ń listen sí nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn ń go through àwọn èèyàn máa nífẹ̀ẹ́ o torí pé ó ṣòro láti rí ẹni tí ó ń tẹ́tí ní tẹ́tí ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ jẹ́ máa ṣe máa ń sọ ní Yorùbá pé ó lówó tó fẹ́ fún o kódà o lè má ní mọ̀nà tó fẹ́ fún àmọ́ pé o tiẹ̀ tẹ́tí pé bó ṣe wá rí ni inú ẹ̀ á dùn torí pé ó gbà á láàyè kó tú ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ká ó gbà á láàyè kó tú ra ká fún ẹ á nífẹ̀ẹ́. So tó bá jẹ́ ni tó bá fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ jẹ́ ẹni tí ó máa ń tẹ́tí sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn. Of course nígbà míì wà tí wọn náà máa nídìí kí àwọn èèyàn tẹ́tí sí ẹ àmọ́ má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ìgbà ìwọ ló máa sọ tiẹ̀ pé táyà mọ́tò mi wá yọ bátìrì mọ́tò mi wá jó olè wá wálé wa. Ìwọ náà gbọ́ tàwọn èèyàn náà torí pé gbogbo wa la ní ní tá à ń go through. So jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí i pé o jẹ́ nìkan tó máa ń listen kódà tán bá sọ tó tí ò bá jàdúrà lọ tí wàá ṣe fún wọn ó ti tó ó ti ṣe dáadáa fún wọn pé ó jẹ́ kán rí ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó jẹ́ kí wọ́n rọ̀rọ̀ sọ fún ẹ. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùn-ún òun ni kíyàn máa rẹ́rìn tó bá jẹ́ni tó ń rẹ́rìn kódà kínú ẹ máa dùn try láti fake ẹ̀rín síra ẹ lẹ́nu má jẹ́ni tó máa lejú káàkiri torí tó bá ń lejú káàkiri àwọn èèyàn ò ní sún ẹ ìdùnnú làwọn èèyàn ń wá káàkiri kò sẹ́ni tó máa rí ibi tí ìdùnnú wà tí ò ní jókòó síbẹ̀ kò sí ẹni náà láyé yìí tó máa ní òun ò fẹ́ dé ibi báyìí kí ló dé tó fẹ́ débẹ̀ torí pé inú wọn ti máa ń dùn bẹ̀ kò sí ẹni náà láyé yìí gbogbo wa pátápátá ìdùnnú là ń wá káàkiri. So jẹ́ni tó máa fáwọn èèyàn ní ìdùnnú yẹn, tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ ìdùnnú ló máa bá, kódà kò ń ṣe oúnjẹ kò ń ṣe owó bọ̀ pé wọ́n á ti ẹ̀rẹ́ ní lásán, nǹkan dáadáa ni. Kódà ó lè ta ní tó yẹ kó ta ní 10 naira ní 20 naira nítorí pé òun rẹ́rìn, nítorí pé wọn ò ní mọ̀ pé wọ́n inú wọn dùn. Because tí mò ń sọ ìmì rẹ̀ fi dábàá, research jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ní we are emotionally driven people. Emotions, gbogbo ohun tí èèyàn bá rà láyé yìí, gbogbo purchase tá bá make, emotions la máa fi ń drive ẹ̀, kò ń ṣe information. So àwọn èèyàn prefer kí wọ́n ra nǹkan ní owó ìlọ́po méjì lọ́dọ̀ ẹni tí ó bá wà emotionally align pẹ̀lú wọn. Tó bá wà emotionally align pẹ̀lú product yẹn, ó lè ta omi ní títà tí wọ́n ń ta oyin ní títorí wípé omúnú wọn dùn. Ẹ mọ̀ pé kò yẹ kó mi ju bí 10 naira lọ àbí 20 naira, bóyá oyin wọ́n ń ta 200 naira. Wàá dẹ̀ ta omi níta tó ń ta oyin nítorí wípé wọ́n bá ẹ̀rín lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ìwọ tó ń ta. So ẹni tó ń tajà ni, ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni, ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ nìkan tó yẹ pé táwọn èèyàn bá rí ẹ, inú wọn á dùn, wọn á bá dùnú lára ẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹfà tó máa jẹ́ òpin tí a fi máa ṣe ìlọ lórí session kékeré tí a sáré rán lénìí, òun ni pé jẹ́ ẹni tí ó máa rántí orúkọ àwọn èèyàn, torí pé ihun tí àwọn èèyàn kà kún jù láyé òun lórúkọ wọn. Again, ó tún fara kí ọ̀rọ̀ tá sọ sókè gbé ní gbogbo wa ń kọ́ o, self-motivated people ni wá, èèyàn tá a máa ṣe nǹkan torí ara ẹ̀ ni wá. So àwọn kan ṣe research l'Amẹ́ríkà, àgbàlagbà kan ni, ó ní àwọn ehoro, ó ní wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí pet ẹran ọ̀sìn nínú ilé, kò wá ráàyè láti máa já koríko fún àwọn ehoro yẹn. Ó wá fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ àdúgbò kán bá òun já koríko fún wọn. Ó wá sọ fún àwọn ọmọ yẹn pé ẹni tó bá mi fíìdì àwọn ehoro yìí o, òun á sọ àwọn ehoro yẹn lórúkọ wọn, pé tó bá ti já koríko fún ehoro yìí o, ehoro yẹn máa fún ehoro yẹn lórúkọ ẹ. Bó ṣe di pé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ àdúgbò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ìdì fún bára wọn jà pé èmi ni màá fìdí, èmi ni màá já, èmi ni màá fìdí ẹ̀ lórí àwọn ehoro yẹn nìyẹn. Ẹ wo bí orúkọ bó ṣe máa ń mú àwọn èèyàn, bó ṣe ń ro àwọn èèyàn lọ́kàn. Iṣẹ́ tó yẹ kí bàbá yẹn pè wọ́n kan ní àwọn òráyè o, ojoojúmọ́ ká máa lọ já koríko, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fi tìdùnnú ṣe ní tí ìtorí wípé bàbá yẹn ó promise wọn pé òun á sọ àwọn ehoro yẹn lórúkọ wọn. So tó bá jẹ́ni tó máa ń rántí orúkọ àwọn èèyàn àti tú wọn lẹ́mìíká sí ẹnìyẹn, ó rọrùn púpọ̀. Tó rántí orúkọ wọn, ó ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, send the message sáwọn èèyàn, ó fẹ́ send the message sí wọn, salamu alaikum àbí hello lágbájá, dárúkọ ẹ̀ sí àkọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ nígbà ẹni yìí mọ̀ mí délé. Kò sí bí èèyàn ṣe máa ń júwe pé èmi àti lágbájá mọ́ra wa ju orúkọ lọ. Tó bá dárúkọ yẹn, tó bá rí yẹn bì kan, ó fẹ́ kẹ́niyẹn mọ̀ kó mọ̀ rí dárúkọ ẹ̀ pé Mr. lágbájá á padà á wú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn, àmọ́ ọkọ̀ débi kan ṣe ẹ káàsán sà, á rò pé àjòjì ló ń kí òun, bọ́ pé orúkọ ẹ̀ pé Mr. lágbájá á ní ìfọ́ ló ti mọ̀ mí, á tẹ́tí sí ẹ nítorí orúkọ ẹ̀. So ó fẹ́ ní influence orípa dáadáa lọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn. Rántí nǹkan mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà yìí. Òun ni má criticize, má condemn, má dẹ̀ má complain too much lórí ìyàtọ̀ ìrònú tí àti táwọn èèyàn. Má criticize, rántí wípé bákan náà kọ́ ni, ibi kan náà kọ́ ni wọ́n ti bí gbogbo wa. Ayé kan náà kọ́ ni gbogbo wa. Ayé, ẹbí àti ìṣesí àwọn èèyàn ló máa ń shape ìrònú wọn. So nígbà tí ìṣesí àtẹbí àti ará gbogbo wa ti yàtọ̀, normally ìrònú wa máa yàtọ̀. So try láti empathize pẹ̀lú wọn, understand the condition àwọn èèyàn. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé jẹ́ ẹni tó máa fún àwọn èèyàn ní honest appreciation. So báwo la ṣe máa mọ̀ pé appreciation kan wà honest? Appreciation, oríyìn tí ò bá ti ní ṣùgbọ́n nínú. Tó bá jẹ́ ẹni tó máa ń fún àwọn èèyàn ní oríyìn pé nítorí ẹ̀ ṣe ìdẹ̀ wá dá o, ṣùgbọ́n tó bá fi lè fi ṣùgbọ́n sí, wọn ò ní gba oríyìn yẹn wọlé, ẹ̀mí wọn ò ní gbà. So má fi ṣùgbọ́n sí oríyìn. Sọ pé ń tẹ́ ṣe yìí dá o, ó dá púpọ̀. Wá sọ pé kódà gan a tún lè ṣe báyìí. Tó bá jẹ́ kódà gan ni wọn ò ní mọ̀ pé ohun táwọn ṣe ni. Ó di méjì. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, má béèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí pé àǹfààní tiwọn ni. Má béèrè nǹkan torí àǹfààní tiẹ̀. Má béèrè nǹkan, kódà tó o bá fẹ́ tọrọ owó oúnjẹ, a sọ pé àgbàdo òun yìí jẹ àgbàdo tó tiẹ̀ wá ń dín lẹ́nu tó tiẹ̀ wá ń yan lẹ́nu jẹ́ mẹ́ta yìí kódà mo ṣe kọjá ń bẹ̀ yẹn sì níṣẹ́ ló ń ta sánsán ẹni yẹn á rò pé tòun ló ń ṣe á dẹ̀ ràn wọn lágbàdo kò ní ràn wọn ní tiẹ̀ nìkan á ràn wọn ní tiẹ̀ náà mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ làgbàdo ń jẹ so jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn máa rò pé àǹfààní wọn gan ni tó nídìí lọ́dọ̀ wọn tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ní òun béèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn nítorí àǹfààní tiẹ̀ á ṣòro fún ẹ láti rí nǹkan gbà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n á dẹ̀ sá fún ẹ wá ló ti lè tọrọ nǹkan jù ó ti lójú kòkòrò jù jọ so wọ́n á sá. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin òun ni pé ní ìwọ gan fúnra ẹni kò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn má retí káwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ báwo ló ṣe máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn jẹ́ ẹni tó máa ń tẹ́tí sí àwọn èèyàn máa béèrè ìbéèrè tí wọ́n ń go through ọmọ yín kọ́ ọmọ yín tá a bá ṣe kó mọ ẹjọ́ yẹn ń kọ́ á ti wà ní school ní ìsìn o inú wa dùn láti sọ àwọn náà wọ́n ẹni tó fẹ́ sọ fún pé ó tiẹ̀ ti kódà wọ́n ṣe common entrance níjẹta kódà result ẹ̀ dé lánàá inú wa dùn pé o béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn wọ́n á sọ ẹ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ á easy láti sọ ẹ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀. Thank you Hafsat Aliyu Bada, thank you so much for your comment. Thank you Ramot Omo, that's my friend, thank you Ramot Omowumi. Number 5 jẹ́ni tó máa rẹ́rìn má dẹni tó máa lejú káàkiri torí pé kò sí ẹni tí ó máa fẹ́ ń bá oníbínú ṣe àwọn èèyàn máa ń nífẹ̀ẹ́ ibi tí ìdùnnú bá wà wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń nífẹ̀ẹ́ onídùnnú kódà kó má sí ìdùnnú lára ẹ̀ fọ́ọ̀sì àbí kó fẹ́ẹ̀kì ẹ̀rín tí ò dénú ìtorí pé tó o bá fẹ́ẹ̀kì ẹ̀rín wà lákàyà máa sọ fún ẹ pé irú ẹ̀rín wo ló ní ẹ̀rín tí ò dénú tó ní nítorí ìrònú yẹn ẹ̀rín gidi gan apá ẹ táwọn èèyàn bá ti wá rí pé òun rẹ́rìn inú wọn á dùn wọn á yọ̀ mọ́ ẹ wọn á bẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ wọn á súnmọ́ ẹ sòtò wọn fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn súnmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ni tí a máa rẹ́rìn. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹfà ni pé rántí orúkọ àwọn èèyàn báwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ dárúkọ wọn àǹtí lágbájá ẹ káàsán má kàn sọ pé ẹ káàsán mo dẹ̀ wá pè yín ẹ̀ka tó bá pe àwọn èèyàn sọ fún wọn pé ní ẹ káàsán Mr. lágbájá má kàn sọ pé hello ẹlòmíì akọ ní hello èmi ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ òwò ni bọ́ tó bá ti dárúkọ ẹ ẹnìyàn á mọ̀ pé ẹni tó mọ̀ mí ni kò ní lára láti dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ pé ní ẹni yìí ẹni tó mọ̀ mí ni talent tó lórúkọ dádì mi Ismail Araji, thank you so much, thank you. So anyways ìgbà tí mò ń palẹ̀mọ́ fún discussion ilé ni wọ́n á rí pé ní the best way láti explain how to influence people òun ni wípé kíyàn rely lórí raw data, and one of the best raw data that we have as Muslims is the history of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because àwọn tí wọ́n ń kọ ìtàn gan wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa wípé ní ànábì lẹ́ni tí tá bá ń sọ pé ta ló ní influence jù lára àwọn èèyàn láyé yìí nínú ìtàn yàtọ̀ sí pé èèyàn jẹ́ mùsùlùmí ànábì ni. Nínú ẹnìkan kan ìwé kan ó wá list àwọn 100 tó ṣe wípé ní àwọn ní èèyàn nú ayé ó wá fànábì ṣàkọ́kọ́ gbà tó wá ń ṣàlàyé ìdí tánàbì fi jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ àná Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ó wá nítorí wípé ó gbé ẹ̀sìn wá láti ẹ̀sìn tó dìde láàrin agbára ńlá méjì, agbára àwọn Róòmù lápá ọ̀tún, agbára àwọn Sassanate àwọn Persia lápá òsì. Ìlú ẹ̀ àtẹ̀bí àtàwọn ará ẹ̀ nínú korodo wọn láàrin agbára ńlá méjì ó dẹ̀ padà borí wọn lọ́tún ó borí wọn lósì, ẹ̀sìn yẹn padà wá tàn káàkiri àgbáyé. So ní tìtorí wípé ó jẹ́ nìkan tí ó mú àwọn èèyàn influence. So mo wá rò wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa tá bá ń kàǹtà ànábì a máa ń kà níkà pé ànábì gẹ́gẹ́ bíi pé spiritual side of it, àgbà tán lóyún àwọn ààfin wa ń mì, àwọn igi wa ń forí balẹ̀. Ó ṣeé ṣe káwọn kìíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ ṣeé ṣe, but èmi rò pé ní àwọn àǹfààní tó pọ̀ wà tá a máa kọ́ lára ànábì kó kọjá pé igi ń forí balẹ̀, iyẹ̀pẹ̀ wa ń mì, òkúta wa ń jó. Nínú àwọn tí ànábì rí ṣe láyé yìí ni pé ó mọ̀yàn influence. So mo wá lágbára Ọlọ́run màá sọ prógrámù alálẹ̀ Friday yìí di ìtàn nípa ànábì, but a máa sọ ìtàn yẹn ní sísọ tá a máa kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ìbánilòpọ̀ láwọn àǹfààní tí ó bá ń jẹ jáde lára pé ẹ wo bí ànábì ṣe ń bá àwọn èèyàn lò, ẹ wo bó ṣe dìde láàrin àwọn èèyàn àwọn ọ̀tá ẹ̀ ní Mọ́kà tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn padà wá forí balẹ̀ fún, báwo ló ṣe ṣe? So àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn mo rò pé a máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ ní alẹ́ Friday, tó bá di Saturday inshallah tọ́lọ́run bá fún mi ní ààyè a máa wá ṣe ti eléyìnbó àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ modern ẹ̀kọ́ tí à ń bábọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. So ibi tí màá forí ẹ̀ tì sí ní alẹ́ ni mo kàn ṣáà tiraka láti ṣe nítorí mi ìfẹ́ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé mò ń tì láti ìgbà tí mo ti stop. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí join wa lálẹ́ yìí àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń comment, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a máa rí wa bá dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram, thank you all everyone on Instagram, and gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú wa ní orí Facebook. Inshallah a pàdé ní ọjọ́ Friday, a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìtàn Ànábì gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, but ní sọ ti mi fẹ́ sọ pé ní sọ ti ẹ̀sìn kọ́, torí pé ẹ̀kọ́ náà wà nínú ẹ̀sìn, but ní sọ ti pé Ànábì olórí wa, olórí mùsùlùmí kọ́, but ní sọ pé nínú àwọn tó jẹ́ influential personnel láyé títàn gbé wá fún wa l'Ànábì. So kí làwọn strategic, torí Ànábì ó kọjá pé ó darí Yamfasir, ó kọjá pé ó darí ẹ̀sìn, ó darí ìlú, ó ṣe politics. Ànábì ó military leader ni, balógun ni, olórí ogun ni. Ànábì bàbá ni tó bímọ, tó bá wọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lò, gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ ni tó gbé wá fún wa, ọkọ ni tó láwọn ìyàwó tó bá wọn lò. So ẹ̀kọ́ pọ̀ tá lè kọ́. So inshallah láti Sunday tó ń bọ̀ lọ, láti Friday tó ń bọ̀ lọ, a sọ di strategic lessons or strategic communication lessons látara ìtàn Ànábì pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run. Thank you so much Tijani. Mo kí gbogbo yín, ẹ ṣeun gan. Nísọ tiwantiwa, exactly. DPO, ẹ ṣeun gan. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Inshallah, I'll be seeing you all on Friday next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.